Hi everyone, and welcome back to another reading. In today's reading, we are asking your heart for guidance. Basically, we're looking at messages from your heart that you need to hear now in your journey. So without further ado, let's introduce the piles. We have pile number 1 with Eros, pile number 2 with the mirror, and pile number 3 with the offering. So without further ado, please select your pile based on your intuition, and I will see you in your reading. Bye! Hi everyone, if you selected pile number 1 or Eros, this is going to be your reading. Messages from your heart that you need to hear now. Eros. So sexual energy definitely gives me a feeling of sacral, solar activation, so second and third chakras. Let's see the rest of your oracle cards. We have autumn, beautiful, such a warm card. Yeah, definitely sacral energy activation. We have the air, unseen potential, hesitation. We have the twins, self-protection, dual natures. We also have Saturn in Libra with devotion. As well as Sun in Taurus with acquisition. Let's reveal your tea leaves. We have Mountain Road, you're on the road to success. We have Pale, time to get out of a situation. We have Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. And we have a Throne, position of authority. Alright, before we get into your tarot cards, with autumn, I'm actually hearing something specific, and it's something that I recently heard about the trees. In the fall, the tree itself, the trunk, its roots, it's actually the strongest than it has ever been, even though it looks like it's a process of death, right? It's shedding its leaves, the fruit has already been harvested, and although externally it looks like the tree is dying, it's actually the strongest it has been because it's no longer burdened by basically providing for the leaves and the fruit. So with the fall here, there's definitely an energy of harvesting and culmination of some sort of an energy, but also an energy of you getting rooted in your power. Although it might feel like you are not there yet in terms of your stability, in terms of your emotional well-being, in terms of how you yourself perceive your situation here. Alright, let's get your tarot cards before I talk too much. This is so much harder with long nails. Alright, what are the messages from their heart that pile number 1 needs to hear? We have 10 of fire with burdens. We have renewal. Card number 20, equivalent to judgment. We have the Fool. We have strength. And we have temperance. Beautiful. Alright, pile number 1. Your heart wants to communicate to you the truth, and that is you have not even experienced 10% of what you're meant to experience in this lifetime, in terms of your potential, in terms of, living your dream life, in terms of your impact on humanity, on earth here. You really haven't seen it yet, okay? You really haven't seen it yet, pal number one. You're not fully aware of your power. And the reason why you're so powerful, pal number one, your heart is telling you, is because you basically decided to clear out some sort of an ancestral trauma, some sort of a cycle within your line that was repeating itself all the time, and you decided to be the person to break it. And because you took on this responsibility in your spiritual work, obviously you also have massive potential to experience a very different life than your family has throughout its experiences here. So pile number one, for some of you, this might mean that you are going to be the first, like, millionaire, billionaire, whatever it might be in your family. You will be the first person to experience, like, recognition, success. You will be the first person in your family line to really, really, find that personal power and root themselves in it. Pile number one, your heart here is telling you that you are not really seeing your potential and hesitating to embody who you truly are here. And that's because of this card here, self-protection, the twins, of a mask that you're wearing, pal number one. I'm hearing in your heart, you know that you have this massive potential, this massive energy that is truly able to change humanity, that is truly able to conquer a lot of darkness and really transmute it into the light. And you're meant for a really big life here. However, because you have been hurt in the past, there's still some sort of a pain that's lingering there. You decided to put on a mask to protect yourself, so you're not in touch with your inner power, because basically you're pretending to be someone else. You are playing a part of someone who is smaller of a presence than you actually are, pal number one. And this is what your heart is telling you here. Pile number one, there's definitely a message of you being not content in your life right now. And your heart wants to tell you that's because you are not really integrating its wisdom. Truly, it wants to tell you that although deep in your bones, in your heart, you sense certain intuitive truths, whenever you feel your heart pulling you in the direction of the things that are actually really, a part of your destiny, a part of your soul's calling, you use your mind in some negative way towards your heart, where you basically have closed yourself off from this energy, this heart center. You tapping into your highest potential here requires you to integrate this heart energy, basically, because it seems to me that in one way or another, pal number one, you've built your life in a way that is really honoring your intellect and your mind, but not really the heart here. And this longing that you are feeling, in your bones, this energy of discontentment, is the very same energy of your heart, basically calling you home, calling you to be and embody your true authentic self here. You might feel tired and like you don't have, the joy or the excitement for life. You might feel burdened, you might feel confined by your life here, and that is because you have not really honored your heart in the way that it needs to be honored. Once you start pouring this energy into your heart center, then we're seeing this rebirth and this activation of this potential energy within you. Your heart wants to tell you, pal number one, that you're here for greatness, okay? In one way or another, it seems to me, pal number one, that you are a very, very special soul, definitely light worker type of energy, very, very high vibrational, natural frequency energy, definitely, spiritual, very heavy spiritual energy here. However, it seems to me that you haven't really reached that stage yet, just yet. You're almost there. You haven't really reached that stage where you are embodying and really connected to your power, because you're so resistant to hear your heart side of the story. Pile number one, it seems like you have been hurt before, and because of that, you have put on some sort of a mask that disconnected you basically from who you truly are. So you started building in accordance with the mask and with the energy of protecting yourself from what other people might think, from future pain, from suffering. So you started building your life based on fear rather than love here, and your heart is really longing to express itself here. Honestly, I think pile number one, your heart your heart is telling you that although this road to success, right, has been really long, treacherous, although it feels like your journey hasn't really been straightforward, okay, it's because somewhere along this journey, basically you got disconnected from your heart here, okay? So that kind of took you into these side kind of energies, and at this point in the journey, it's time for you to finally merge with who you're meant to be in this lifetime here. Pile number one, your heart is telling you that at this point in your journey, you can no longer live this fake life, this house of cards, this identity. You can no longer really limit yourself anymore. There's no need to protect yourself. You've outgrown this energy. Whatever it is you've done, all of the spiritual work that you've done, it worked. You are a different person now, and you're ready for this rebirth here, okay? You are like in the end of the cycle and the beginning of a new personal cycle entirely. Your heart wants you to acknowledge that in some ways you have really pursued something that's not really in alignment with who you are here. In some ways, you've really underestimated yourself and settled basically in your life. And this could be, in a variety of ways for all of you. But for a lot of you, this has to deal with your destiny, with your career, with the way that you provide for yourself, basically with your experience of the material realm here. This very much gives me the energy of someone who had gone on this journey of the intellect, and that was something that you needed to do in your personal journey, and you've climbed this tower that you've built, right? But at some point you feel like you find yourself in a place that doesn't really resonate with your heart, and there is this longing within you, longing for more, because in your heart, that you're sitting on this massive potential, okay, pal number one? In your heart that you're capable of, this massive transformation here. However, it seems to me that you're still resisting or hesitating to really start embodying this energy here. And that is because you're protecting yourself. Fear is keeping you hostage in one way or another. With Saturn in Libra here and Sun in Taurus, your heart is communicating to you that you are done with the cycle of being stagnated by fear, okay? By fate, it is time for you to align with your heart, open your heart center, and really step into the flow of life, or the Tao. It's time for you to be in financial abundance. It's time for you to really be serving humanity here, because there is this message of you are meant to serve humanity, okay? Basically, pile number one, it's your time to serve humanity, okay? Humanity is ready to hear your gift, whatever it is, your skills that you've been accumulating during this time, because obviously throughout our journey, even when we are in the ego, even when we're out of alignment, we're still learning a lot of things that later on we will look back at and we will say, whoa, I understand why that was a part of my journey. We still very much learn the lessons, okay? Or at least that's how I feel in terms of my spiritual experience. But basically, with Saturn in Libra here, there's a message of it's fated time for you to serve humanity. It's fated time for you to really dedicate your life to art, to love, to peace, to music. There's definitely a creative energy here. There is just an energy of truth, creative truth here. Being honest with yourself about what you want. Your heart wants you to be honest, okay, pile number one? please be honest with yourself about what you want, because it seems to me that you're unnecessarily trapping yourself because you have some sort of limiting belief patterns that are keeping you hostage to fear. But in reality, your heart is just ready for this rebirth, okay, pile number one? And this is going to be happening now. I'm seeing that you are really ready to be honest with yourself. You're really ready to unmask yourself and really reconnect with your sense of authenticity. You're really ready to acknowledge what parts of your life are no longer serving you. Like if you're in a career field that is no longer something that you're passionate about, you will be able to say that and admit that to yourself, and you'll tell yourself, all right, I can't live my life just for the sake of productivity and capitalism, and I really need something more here. There is this moment of realization that you're coming to, because basically your heart can no longer be kept hostage. It is fated, and just in terms of your personal evolution, pile number one, you're ready to break out of a dark cycle and into your truth. And it's fated for you to, truly embody your power so that you can awaken other souls in return, and they go on to awaken others. There's definitely it's time for you to merge with your purpose here, okay? And you're stepping on this new journey with the Fool here. With Eros being your chosen card, this is sexual energy, yes, but also at its primary or at its core, it's the energy of desire. And what is desire, right? It's our soul's way of indicating what it wants to experience or how it wants to get to know itself next in the physical realm, okay? So there is a message for you, pile number one. Your heart wants you to be honest with yourself. It wants you to sit down, okay, and write out what it is that you want in your life, and acknowledge what parts of your life you've built that no longer serve you, that weren't really built from a place of soulful longing or from a place of your heart, and they were really built from a place of fear here. In what ways have you settled in your life? Pile number one, your heart is definitely telling you to, be very clear at this point in your journey. Please take some time to do some sort of a spiritual practice and be very clear about who you are and what you want from this life. Really think about how you were when you were a child, what you would do with your life if there was no limitation. Just ask yourself, who am I at my core? Because you need to remind yourself of that. It's like somewhere along the line you got lost, pile number one, and you disconnected from your truth, and now your heart is really longing to reunite with it, because it's time for you to step into your destiny. You're meant to have this kind of merging of your heart and your mind at some point in your life, and this is happening now because of all of the spiritual work that you have done. You're ready for success. Pile number one, what I've learned in my own personal spiritual journey is you can run from your heart your whole life, right? Paulo Coelho, actually the writer of The Alchemist, if you've read that phenomenal spiritual book, 10 out of 10, would recommend. I'm sure you all know about it. But he also actually said, you can run from your heart, run and try to deny yourself what you want, but you will never stop hearing it call, okay? Because it's who you are, it's what you're meant to do, and you always get a chance to completely reroute yourself and start living in your authentic truth here. And it seems like at this point in your life, pile number one, you're going precisely through this spiritual evolution. You're really ready for this new life, this new journey, and you're ready to serve humanity here, okay? But in order for humanity to truly benefit off of your gift, off of your ability, you really need to recognize your power, okay? You need to acknowledge that your heart, your desires are there for a reason. They are not random. They are calling you home, pile number one. So yeah, pile number one, I think this is all that I see here. Thank you so much to your heart for these messages. Please take your time to really acknowledge what it is that you want, because there's definitely this message of being truthful and honest and real about who you are, about the creative genius or the childlike, enthusiastic, beautiful, powerful energy that you're meant to embody in this lifetime. So yeah, pile number 1, thank you so much for doing this reading with me. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hi everyone, if you selected pile number 2 or the mirror, this is going to be your reading. Messages from your heart that you need to hear now in your journey. So the mirror. This card definitely makes me think of finding your authentic self. The mirror. We have the red and white rose. Definitely an embodiment, some sort of an embodiment of your spiritual knowledge. Just because the white is associated with the crown chakra and the red is associated with the root. So this gives me a feeling of an energy being grounded. Let's reveal these at first and then we'll get into your tea leaves. We have the Queen, determination and sacrifice. We have the Chiromancer, delivering news and collaboration. This card has been in so many of my readings. News, collaboration. Alright, so definitely your heart is coming through to let you know about something that might be happening for you very, very soon. Some sort of positive news, some sort of a new opportunity. Let's reveal your astrology cards. We have Moon in Cancer with friendship. And we have Jupiter in Gemini with love. Alright, let's reveal your tea leaves. We have fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. We have target, a goal-oriented person. So something about your goals, something about your ambition. We have flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. And we have archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Definitely your heart is coming to tell you about a new beginning, some sort of a positive new start here. It's like you're entering a portal into a new life. Alright, let's get your tarot cards. Oh gosh, this is so much harder to do with longer nails. I'm not going for such long nails anymore. We have the Emperor. We also have strength. We have way shower. We have renewal. And we have 9 of water. Airborne. Beautiful. Some sort of an unimaginable wish come true. This is what your heart is communicating here with airborne. Alright, pile number 2. These are such beautiful messages that are coming through, so let's jump right in. So your heart today wants to communicate to you that your wildest dreams are actually possible, and your dream, your wish, your wildest wish, it's something that's truly close to your heart, something that's truly you, something that you have been connected to. desiring for an extended period of time some sort of a deep wish, because this is Nine of Cups, right? A fulfillment of a wish, but also because this is the Da Vinci deck and this is airborne. And I don't know if you guys know this about Da Vinci, but basically his dream, his ultimate goal, because he was such an idealist and he had such great ambitions, was to fly. He wanted to create a mechanism that would be able to lift him. He wanted to be able to fly. I mean, this man had very crazy ambitions, right? So this tells me that some sort of like a very, very massive dream is coming true for you that is impossible or unimaginable to other people. It's really like a dream that is miraculous in its nature. Pile number 2. With Target being here, I think your heart is here to tell you that you have truly been a very goal-oriented person. You have always been the kind of person who had a lot of ambition. You've always had really big dreams and really accomplished a lot. Also, I'm getting a feeling that you might be a perfectionist. Like maybe you don't think you've accomplished a lot, you know, but everyone else around you thinks so, or objectively you have. Like maybe you have a PhD and to you you're like, yeah, I haven't achieved anything that I thought that I would achieve in this lifetime. But to other people, they're obviously like, whoa, this is so impressive here. There is this sense of you just having such grand ambition that you're not giving yourself credit for what you have already built, for the kind of persona that you have generated. I think you are an idealist and someone who really demands the best, someone who really holds people and themselves and life to very high standards. So, you know, you really feel like a perfectionist type of person here. I don't know, maybe you have Virgo placements or Capricorn placements. There is just this huge ambition to you that you have felt since you were very, very young. Maybe since your very childhood, pile number 2, you felt like you were different. You felt like you were destined for a very grand life. Like you always were a visionary. I think you spent a lot of your time in terms of your intellect thinking about the future rather than the past. You really feel like someone who is focused on kind of building whatever the legacy that they are meant to build here on this earthly incarnation. With Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. I think pile number 2, you really have been, you know, trying to fulfill your dream. You have been going for some sort of eyes on the prize type of dream, ambition, some sort of a creative pursuit. Maybe it's a dream that you literally had since you were a kid. Like you have been trying to fulfill some sort of a need for externalized success here with the Emperor and Flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. But you know, life has been quite difficult regardless. It seems like, you know, you had to just integrate some sort of energies. You had to deal with some karma. You just had to get caught up in real life. And I think you really got disconnected from, you know, that side of you that is this ambitious, this motivated, this excited, this visionary side of you. That is still very much you. This is who you are from your heart's perspective. Yes, certainly life didn't look like, you know, you envisioned it would look like when you were young. Yes, maybe you have not accomplished yet all the things that you have dreamt of accomplishing, but this does not mean that you won't, because clearly right now there is a portal opening for you, an energetic portal basically for you to rise to the calling and basically meet your destiny here. You are really meant to transition, and I'm seeing this message in a lot of my readings. I think honestly, collectively, we're going through a very mass spiritual awakening just by default, because this message constantly comes up in my readings. But basically, your life can be divided into before and after here. Basically, the first part of your journey, you know, just like the first part of the Fool's journey, you got caught up in certain karmic energies. You really picked up energies that weren't yours, and you tried to build a foundation regardless. And you really have, even though you might not be really clearly seeing it right now because you're not here at the fulfillment of the wish yet, so you don't have like the hindsight or perspective yet. You have clearly done everything right. You know what I mean? You tried your best, and regardless of how zoomed in you might be into your current situation, your heart is here telling you that they're proud of basically how much you have accomplished. Your heart here is coming through to tell you that you are basically rebirthing as your true self, because we have the way shower here and renewal. And this is Saint John the Baptist here, and this card talks about basically our ability to sense fate and to collaborate with destiny, our ability to guide our energy towards the flow and not away from it. And then we see this renewal or judgment card, you rising to your calling and you basically receiving the dream come true here. Pile number 2, I think it's really important for you to feel like you have accomplished this ambition or dream in some way here. Like you have been trying to do this for so long, and it's like you cannot rest on a soul level, on your heart level, until you get it. And your heart here is coming through to tell you, please do not lower your standards, okay? You have certain visions for your future. You have certain goals. You have certain ambitions. Do not let life tell you that you deserve any less, okay? Do not settle for anything less than you deserve, because you are meant to have what you deserve. Right now, pile number 2, your heart really needs to take the lead here, and they want you to feel comfortable with that, okay? You can no longer live a life that is fully dominated by the ego or the intellect. You're looking to fulfill your heart. You're looking for that long-lasting, meaningful happiness and not just a fulfillment of an ego wish here. So there's definitely a message of, please at this time try to ground your energy, okay? Because you are basically entering this portal, and it's important that you pay attention to the signs and really walk alongside with the universe right now towards your rebirth. You will see that in your life, pile number 2, right now, you will have situations, opportunities, people come through that are basically activating the power from within you, that are showing you who you truly are in terms of your ability to succeed, in terms of your ability to really feel proud of where you are in life. And you're really asked to, embody your best self with bluff here. So yeah, pile number 2, there's definitely a message of you paying attention. Please pay attention, because right now is a pivotal point in your life. So congratulations. This is beautiful energy. This is very, very lucky, divinely orchestrated. And I'm even like, this is such a sacred energy of transition that even I'm feeling kind of like intimidated by its divine presence in my flesh as I'm reading these cards here. But yeah, pile number 2, I think sometimes you question whether, your standards are too high, whether it's truly possible to, get what you want, or whether you should try to find another way to find fulfillment here. And with strong emotion, passion here, do not be tempted to lower your standards. It's clear that you are meant for a special lifetime, okay? You were meant for some sort of a very, very sacred, divine work here, artistic work that is really meaningful to humanity here. And you were meant to experience the life of your dreams with 9 of water or airborne here. So right now, as you transition, please do not allow the energy of the past or the energy of fear to hold you back, because right now, this is time for you to tell the universe, your life, yourself, who you are. You're really getting this beautiful upgrade energetically, internally. And honestly, this is the most important part of the message. You're going to feel so happy in your heart very, very soon. Your heart's dream is going to be fulfilled. So you're going to feel very, very just over the board, thankful, delighted, and ready to experience life in a different way here. But pile number 2, there is a message of basically, please allow yourself to ground your energy here as you transition. Please pay attention to the signs, because it's really important that you transition smoothly out of this past energy of, stabilizing yourself, learning about the physical world with the Emperor and Strength here, and into being in service to humanity as this Phoenix rising here. Definitely expect some news, opportunities, basically different situations in your life. leading you in the direction of what you're meant to be doing destiny-wise, where you're meant to go in terms of a fulfillment of your dream. There's definitely something super, super massive happening here, and it's important that you really just prioritize your heart, your soul right now. This is not a time to, be overly calculated. This is a time to really listen to your intuition and move forward here. Your heart seems to be coming through to tell us that you have been longing for true belonging, like true sense of belonging to your life on a daily basis, and you're finding it. You're finally finding your community. You're finally basically healing your relationships, and you are getting some sort of an ambitious dream come true here with 9 of water. So yeah, pile number 2. I think these are all the messages that I'm seeing from your heart here. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Honestly, this is such a beautiful energy. May you get all of the blessings that you truly wish for. May you really step into a peaceful and happy life. Honestly, good luck. Congratulations. And please, please, please do your spiritual practices. Listen to your soul right now. You are really ready to unite with your destiny, and it's important that you pay attention to the world around you. So yeah, pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hi everyone. If you selected pile number 3 or the offering, this is going to be your reading. Messages from your heart that you need to hear now in your journey. The offering. Very divine energy here. We have sublimation. Wow, yeah, okay. Woo! Very, very powerful spiritual energy here. Definitely, it's like divine is actively helping you rise to your calling or awaken or raise your vibration in some massive way here. This is what your heart is communicating to you. We have the sleeper, cause and effect, clarity. Wow. So you're finally going to witness a massive transformation or manifestation here that is going to give you the clarity that you might be lacking, that will forever give you a different perspective. Wow. You will be proven right, I hear. We have the Spy Master, knowledge and distrust. Yeah, okay, there's already a message that is coming through pile number 3. It seems like you are very spiritually awakened, okay? Intellectually, it's like you really understand how a lot of things work, but energetically, these things haven't really settled into your energy, so you're not acting in true accordance with embodiment of all of your spiritual knowledge, actually. Like, intellectually, you're a little bit farther ahead than in terms of your physiology, literally. We have Moon in Sagittarius with optimism. We have Venus in Pisces with submission. Wow, 9 and 12. Both very sacred numbers because 12 can be changed into 3, right? So creation is like acting on your behalf right now. Is divinely submission. Yeah, right now it's not your effort that is doing the important thing energetically, okay? It's the universe's hand. So no need to worry here. Okay, let's see your tea leaves. We have dark woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. We have nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So maybe a manifestation of some sort of a life partner for some of you. Definitely there's a message for all of you that you will be dealing with dark woman here. Wind chimes, peace and harmony. And we have purse. Pay attention to your finances. Okay, so your situation has to deal with finances in some way or another. Let's get your tarot cards. We have 9 of Earth with roots. Yeah, definitely your heart is coming through to talk about some sort of a financial upgrade. We have the Fool. Okay, wow, beautiful. Pile number 3, you're definitely having some sort of a massive new start financially. We have Birth. Beautiful. Manifestation. We have 6 of Fire, victory. Okay, pile number 3, you are about to experience some massive freaking success here, some massive victory, some massive win. And we have 8 of Fire, trajectory. Okay, actually, let me get one more. We have renewal. Wow, I'm pretty sure every single pile got this card today. So we're collectively definitely going through massive spiritual shifts here. Okay, pile number 2. Your heart is coming through to talk about your determination and your, basically, you not giving up on yourself here. You are a powerful character, pile number 3, okay? Definitely, hands down, a powerful character. I think you've gone through a lot in your life. I think you really have been, you know, you've seen it. You've seen how Earth realm can get. You have experienced some density. You've dealt with some karma. But even when you walked far from who you truly are, you've always returned to yourself, to what's important to you, to your heart center, to who you truly are, to kindness, love, compassion, and to your commitment to this spiritual journey. I think it was always very important for you to fulfill your destiny, to find yourself, to merge with your authentic self. You felt like you really are meant for a big life, and you have been constantly, I think you've been going through cycles of trying to step into this big life, trying to merge into this big life. You know, you tried this way and that way, and you worked on yourself and reanalyzed yourself and tried to manifest this way and that way and this way and that way. Well, pile number 3, I mean, your work is paying off. And this 9 of Earth, 9 of Pentacles, right? You're basically being rooted in your power here, finally. You know what I'm thinking with this card? Because it says roots. Basically, roots take a very long time to grow, right? Before the first, you know, the first signs of life appear on the outside, roots are taking a long time to expand and to grow, and it takes a while before you see any results here. And this really gives me a feeling of you really have a strong beginning now, because you've truly committed yourself to this journey, to this identity of a magician, of a manifester, of a conscious person, of someone who really believes in something, who really deserves, you know, some sort of a real, true, honest life here. And you're finally getting it. You're finally seeing the manifestation of that in your life. You are energetically upgraded with sublimation here. You're basically getting enlightened, okay? You are like raising your vibration to stabilize yourself at a point where certain negativity can no longer get to you, okay? You are rising as a phoenix. You are finally experiencing the clarity that you need. So if you feel like, you know, on one hand, yes, you believe in spirituality and all of this is working. On the other hand, there's still this confusion. You haven't really cleared out the dark energy. You know, you're constantly kind of experiencing up and downs. So you're not really clear on how this whole thing works, okay? I'm hearing your heart is here to tell you that you're about to really have some clarity for yourself, okay? You're about to really experience a moment where you're like, okay, yeah. I knew that this was worth it. I'm just like literally seeing you standing there crying, being like, whoa, I knew I had this dream, this pull, this desire, this wish for a reason. I knew that if I don't give up on myself, I knew that no matter how many times I try and fail and go for it again, I knew that one day I'll experience it, and you are experiencing it here. We're seeing this is a totally new start here. You are upgrading your energy, so you are experiencing a much easier life energetically, because you're basically, you have done the shadow work, you've integrated the shadow, you're moving towards merging with your destiny here. You are ready for the birth of basically this vision that you had for yourself, for this victory, for success, the trajectory that you have been on your whole life, your dream, your ambition since you were younger, all of these efforts that you've put into your life, they're finally fulfilling themselves, and you are rising here. I mean, you're definitely experiencing some real world success with 9 of Earth here, with purse, with nest, your family is emotionally secure, peace and harmony. There is definitely a message here where you are not going to have to worry about money anymore, pile number 3. If that has been a concern, if finances have been a concern, if finances have been the biggest restriction in your life in terms of you experiencing happiness, fulfillment, and just living in destiny, you won't have to worry about finances or to stress about finances. In fact, you're going to experience luxury, abundance. You're going to really experience the kind of financial security that allows you to take care of your loved ones, of your family, and that allows you to really never feel anxious about, getting paid or getting a paycheck here. So we're talking about some sort of a substantial success here with your heart. Your heart is getting fulfilled. You're stepping on this new journey. You're finally never gonna have to worry about finances again. Like, you're really stabilizing yourself. You're really rooting yourself in a way where, a small change can't really face you, basically, can't really do anything for you because you are already financially stable enough. So we're talking about some substantial finances here. The life that you've always envisioned for yourself, the life of success and happiness and abundance and just a higher vibrational life, is basically ready for you. You are done with, the first part of the fool's journey. You have gone through all of the lows, you've experienced your death, your tower, and you are finally at judgment here, merging with your destiny, finally, experiencing life in a much easier way because your vibration is higher. So you're basically cut off from the negativity that is going on simultaneously around you. You're no longer going to be able to be affected by it or to experience it personally. Basically, your heart here is telling you that something that you really wished for is coming true here. You are going to feel so fulfilled in your heart center. You're going to never have to feel anxious about, material world success ever again. You're going to really experience this, once in a lifetime type of victory that's going to secure you somewhere in life to the point where, this is a totally new chapter here, a totally new book. Honestly, I'm hearing kind of a correction in my head. They're correcting me. That's funny. With the renewal here, it's like, all right, okay, nothing will be the same after this, because you will finally see the success that you've been manifesting for so long, and you're like, I was right. I can see you crying just witnessing it, because you're like, whoa, I really was at some point questioning if I'm delusional. I really at some point questioned whether I should give up, but I didn't. I stayed on this trajectory. I fell down, I got up, I recommitted myself to this honest and true life, and I am ready to merge with destiny here. So wow, beautiful energy, beautiful messages from your heart. Pile number 3, congratulations. You are ready to, really experience life in a different way. For you, the journey is no longer going to be about making it or finding emotional security and just, settling for, a normal kind of mediocre life here. No, for you, the journey is now going to be about giving to others, about awakening, about really dedicating your time to everything that you love to do, to your creativity. You're going to have the freedom over your life. You're going to feel like you're empowered, like you truly can be optimistic. And that's because honestly, you now kind of understand, you're getting this clarity. Your heart is here coming through to tell you that the questions that you've been asking, if you're praying for clarity, for this renewal, for something to wake you up and to open your eyes to what you need to do here, this is coming, and it's coming with a massive bang of success here. So basically, the universe or life or God or you, your higher self, whatever it is you believe in, is here telling you that you are ready to finally see the hindsight. You're really ready to experience the kind of success that now when you look at your life, you're like, okay, I can manage with all of the suffering now, because I really got what I dreamt of in the end of the day, and now I can truly move into giving to others, building, and living a life that has a totally different quality than a life of just suffering, and a life of hustling, and a life of pushing with the ego. This is going to be a totally new vibrational life for you. You're off and going, and this is beautiful. Pile number 3. So yeah, this was a pretty short message here. Your heart is about to be fulfilled, and you can feel it. I know pile number 3, I'm sure that you can feel it. Honestly, I'm sure you can feel that this is coming, because there is no way. There is no way, okay, that you don't know, because you are a very, very, very enlightened person. You, with your third eye, you see the kind of success that you're meant for, and you know that it's yours. But I think honestly, just physiologically, you've gone through so much in your lifetime where you just are like, you know what, I don't know, I'm just gonna be humble. I don't know, it's not up to me, whatever happens. You're kind of taking this attitude now, but you're finally going to like really reconnect with your power here, with your heart here, because you're finally going to see that yes, you were right. Yes, you're going to experience the success. Yes, you're going to live this beautiful life here. So yeah, pile number 3, I think this is all that I see here. Thank you for allowing me into your energy. Thank you to your heart for these beautiful messages. I always learn a lot from you, honestly, just by doing what I do here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. If you want to share your story, I would love to hear it in the comments down below. And if you want to support me, subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.